No. No company. I mean, of course, we have people waiting alongside, but I thought that I would meet you one-on-one today.
Is
Okay.
her spider there?
Yes, her spider is beside her. Everyone make perception checks for me, please.
30-20.
Okay.
11.
6.
Natural 20, 26.
Ooh.
18.
Answer.
Okay.
21. Yeah.
So anyone with, I would say, a 20 or above, since she's very sly with her expressions. You can tell, if you rolled a 20 or above, you can tell that the Riesla is definitely seeming to favor looking over at Pixran a bit. Not staring at her, but her eye, we'll say that, like, as she looks over the group, her eye lingers longer on Pixran than on anyone else. Wow. Please, there's snacks. Anything you didn't touch yesterday, we've replaced. But yes, I look forward to hearing what you have to say. If you have any more questions for me, or I will try my best to answer them, of course. Do you need some caffeine, some coffee or tea? Everyone seems a little sleepy still.
It's the stairs. The heat on the
Oh,
stairs.
please, here, take some water. There's water here.
Oh, I just had some. Thank you, though.
You'll see her kind of make a sign in the air, and you'll automatically feel it get a little bit cooler in the room. Not an uncomfortable coolness, but just, yeah. Almost like a little breeze as well.
I'll use telepathy just to ask everyone, what is it we're here to ask them at this point?
We're
Do you have any questions?
we're here to tell them that no, to turn down their offer to work for them.
Oh, right.
To
Oh,
respectfully decline their partnership, I think.
Please, you have me on pins and needles.
Oh, right, and quickly, in the band, though, do you want me to just, would you like me to say that? Diplomatically? Or someone else?
It shouldn't be me.
I mean, that's the problem with only one person with a lot of charisma.
I'll
Deegan will say to just tell them we're not going to join them. Now, if there's tasks they want done, we'll consider that, but we're not going to join the library.
just clear my throat so she doesn't think I'm ignoring her. Sorry. As Tegan says it. I don't reply.
Do you need some water?
No, I think I've got it now. Thank you. So, well, we're here, of course, just to answer your very generous offer.
Yes.
I'm sure you've heard all of our opinions so far. After debate, we've decided that, we don't want to work under the library or directly for you. We aren't against it, helping out if you have tasks or anything like that. We would consider them, see if they fit with what we're doing and such. And if they seem all right, we'll accept them. If not, we'll pass.
You'll pass.
Again, if it's situational, I'll look to see like if she doesn't understand what I was saying.
I mean, you can make an insight check, but she is smiling as she was before.
Hey, so not working for you, but perhaps picking up if you have something you need done and is in line with what we're doing, then we can help out instead. But not directly. We'll have to, with a grateful heart for the invitation to work for you, respectfully decline that part. But you need us, ask us, and perhaps we can help out.
Interesting. I do have to say that I wasn't quite expecting the directness. I was assuming you would be a little bit more coy with, oh, we'll try to help you, but maybe not. But yeah, we'll take on some things, and then down the line you would not do them or, try to sabotage something.
I
Interesting.
think that might be a wee bit more in line with the library. No offense. Of course, we had that talk a while ago, and I think we shared some of our disagreements in the way we communicate truths and lies and such.
Kazil, it is interesting to hear you say that. I do have to say, I didn't think. Let me get some water first. And she'll kind of step over. You hear that kind of music kind of on the breeze, kind of wafting through the library as she clacks over on the marble floor and gets some water and takes a couple of sips.
Herbal is like zeroing in on every single movement she's doing in case like she does something. just like
Mhm.
Yeah. And is that spider moving?
Oh, camera. Okay, cool. Yeah,
she drank the water, everything's going blurry.
everything's gone blur. Okay, here we go.
It was policy.
If Pixron was here, yeah, I mean, Melissa was here. I'm sorry, what was your question, Zavar?
Is the spider
The
moving?
spider, yes. The spider, no, stood where she was standing before, and it's just kind of like facing the group, but not really making any moves, just kind of sitting there, and you can see a little bit of natural movement from its body. A little bit of skittering here and there, but it's not.
Yeah.
It seems pretty calm for a spider. I mean, oddly enough. And yes, so she will take another sip of water. I guess you don't quite understand yet, which is interesting. You all seem like a very, well, of course, you're very smart. You have, you're very smart people. And I would think that by now you would have put some things together, but maybe not. But this is part of the reason why I wanted to meet one-on-one with you today, to be a little bit more clear with what is going on, perhaps. She will make another symbol in the air. Look from, well, let's see. We'll say that Polo has came out on someone's shoulder. We'll look at Polo to Zelthora. If you wouldn't mind some privacy, please. And they disappear. Don't panic. They are just outside the doors. Outside the front doors. You can check if you want. But just so I can talk to you, this group, by yourselves.
Tell back and Van, check with them. Are you two safe?
Yeah, we're just outside the doors. I'm trying to get in, but these guards aren't answering me. They're not looking at me, and it's ticking me off. That was Zelthora, of course.
We'll keep you posted then.
Right. I'm just out here writing. Just keep me updated. Keep an eye out for ZD. And, yeah. Yes, well, I suppose it's been a little more difficult than I thought maybe to put the pieces together here. Have you never considered why you? Why the group of you? Why you're all together, why you were all called together by what is this, Alan? The wizard's brother, back in Osbergen.
Oh.
I can't remember his name.
That was several weeks ago.
Alcius? Aliper?
It was Alec.
Oh, Alec. Yes. Why Alec called you all together? Why he sought each of you out individually? No one ever questions, why me?
Well, I
We were
had a
available?
hunch why me, but I assumed it was mostly happenstance.
I guess, all in all, you were brought together for, and this may come as a surprise to you, considering what you just answered me, but you were brought together for the library's benefit. You were meant to work with us. You see?
Is that the Great One's guidance?
Sort of, yes. The Great One and some of your parents, some of your great-grandparents, who were all worshippers of the Great One and founders of this building.
Teagle's seared laser beams and get back at Kazil's head.
I definitely didn't like that. Well, what is it that you're saying exactly? If we're saying we don't even want to, it sounds like you're saying it's not an option to say no.
Oh, you can say no, I guess. I just wanted to make sure that you understand what history has laid out for you. That each of you were basically trained, or were supposed to train, some of you. You can't control everyone. Some of you have been quite more difficult to get than others. But what I'm saying is that you were made for this, as corny as it sounds. This is your destiny. Sure, you can say no and frivol about and do your thing, I guess, as they say. But for how long can you escape it?
Okay. Just this is. I think it's complete shite, to be perfectly honest, because we were already working for you under Aurelius. We were already working for the library. It's only because of your actions that we have seen throughout that we are not wanting to work with you now. If it was our grand purpose, we were already working for you. And then
Right. You were on a track of some sort, but it's derailed since then. Aurelius isn't one of our stronger players, I must say. I mean,
So he
sure.
was taken. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
So Aurelius was taken all the things that happened to him in Geneva, everything was to get us here.
Some of it, yes.
Was Aurelius in on this? Did he was he part of this? Like knowingly?
I'm sure that if you traced everything back, you would realize that your group has probably been lied to a lot. Unfortunately. I understand that may hurt. That's just why I have some tea here and some water.
Your entire last meeting was you lying to us. We established that at the end of the first meeting.
Hey,
Some
And
of it was true. You have to admit that.
hey.
I just wasn't. I didn't think that this was necessary. I thought you would have already. I thought you were playing coy and had already figured some of this out. I mean, you had talked to Cullum, you had talked to all these other people.
Does Colin know about this too?
Uh, yes. In a way.
I just, you know, it just, if this is our destiny,
Yes.
the big grand plan
Yes.
of the library, the Great One, all coalescing, I just, you know, if you have all this power, it's not very efficient, is it? Seems like those stupid stairs.
Oh, the
I mean,
stairs are too.
I feel like there would have been much easier ways to convince us all to get on board.
Sure.
And I feel like you're going about it, you know, pretty.
So you're telling me, Gerbil, that if I were to have come up to you 5 months ago and been like, your grandfather helped build this library in another plane that controls most of the knowledge in the plane, helped build it, worshipped a god, and raised you to be a part and to help bring that god back out of its sleep, you would have said, sure.
No, because
There you
I'm
go.
a fucking bugbear. None of that
Exactly.
makes sense to bugbear culture.
Well,
And besides,
and yet now you stand before me. I am telling you this, and you understand. So yes. And I'm
I'm
not
still
saying
saying,
I'm not taking credit for everything that's happened to you.
Hey,
I've kept an eye out on you. We've all have. We've put some people in your path. But you've also went off course. There are people that you've talked to that we had no part in. So I am not the puppeteer behind everything. Only some of it. Well, not me, myself, but the library as a whole. And the Great One.
if this is a meeting that we're being open and truthful, I think I just wonder. Perhaps you can enlighten us to more of this grand plan, because just because, as I see it,
Yes.
I think we've learned that if we bring back this deity,
Yes.
that there's quite a few people that perish on the plane. That don't need to take over the plane or kill a bunch of destroy things and people on the plane. Like that isn't something that most of us would like to see.
Sure.
So maybe is there another piece to that to understand, or are you just trying to get us from where we are to being on the same page with that? Like there's a greater good in that or something.
Oh, yes. Well, I've explained some of that already, but the Great One, well, is magnificent and is the champion of mages. So, in order to have him back into power, would mean to give mages, even on the plane, mostly on the plane, honestly, if you consider all things considered, but also here in Dimglund, to give them their rightful place. Power. I'm not saying that these mages will kill, or that the Great One would kill anyone who doesn't practice magic. No. But there has been an imbalance for quite some time. And we're looking to put mages... What's the term that the plain people use? Back on top?
Well, we've seen how well that's worked out in Demglimp. The
Example.
results of the Mage Wars and the Barren Lands and the Lost Souls in the desert, all because of mages who couldn't agree on who was on top.
This is true.
So, this is just a continuation of that struggle. You want to be on top. There are some who don't want you to be on top.
But the Great One will decide who's on top and who is not. One thing we struggled with in the Mage War was that the Great One was still, or at that point had become, silenced, asleep. By what? We're not really sure, but the Great One was missing. We are looking to bring back the Great One as your ancestors were. And let it decide.
Look, all I'm saying is you could work on your sales pitch. Because I don't give a crap who my ancestors were, or what they believed, or what they wanted. Because that's not me. If you really want me to, work for you or whatever, maybe not, don't steal children. Don't kill innocent people for their souls. Because back before all this started, I wouldn't have given a rat's ass. I would have worked whoever paid me. But now, all I care about is stopping whatever the fuck you're doing.
Let's change the atmosphere, shall we? She'll make another sign in the air, and the room will go black. You can still see each other, and Riesla, and the spider. But everything else goes black. And then, almost as if the lights have been slowly turned back on, you are in a different room. This room has pictures on the wall everywhere. Not to the point of like what you saw in like Cullum's house, where it was just like all the way, like just painting to painting. It's decorated, but there are, pictures on the wall, paintings of people. They look to be in different sections. Also, along with with the paintings, there are other things in the room as well. But mostly paintings of people, places. And as you look around, you see several different races. You see some drow. You see a satyr. Humans. What could be an orc or a half-orc. Some elves. Some gnomes. And you'll see kind of a main portrait for each of these, along with some smaller paintings around it of as you kind of get just a general glance of the room, it's hard to tell, but it looks like that even some of the paintings has the group of them together. Also several landscapes of places that, again, you're just kind of inside the doorway at this point. Or no, well, you're all kind of staying in the middle of the room at this point because she would have put you in the middle of the room. So you can tell that some of the paintings have the different people together, the different humanoids together. Some of the paintings are places that don't look familiar to you, at least at this distance, but are of landscapes or of cities. Everyone make perception checks for me, please.
22 for durable.
Okay.
25.
Also 25.
Oh,
I got your
16.
We are teaming the shit. out of
Zavar?
I know we're not.
12.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right.
High alert.
I'm really mad about that.
Oh,
If,
yeah.
if there's a room where I want to notice something, this is going to be it, damn it.
We just turn him around to face the paintings.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
I'm
over
like,
there. Over there.
Does anyone
Zavar
recognize
Senior.
any of these people?
Zavar, you're seeing some really interesting landscapes. You're kind of a little bit more kind of taken in by those. Riesla's just standing to the side, kind of the same smile on her face. Please, look around. Okay, so we'll start with, let's see here. Let me compare notes here. Okay, so first, I would say that all of you, even Zavar, would see, one of them is a humanoid-looking woman, very pale skin, with pink eyes and long white hair. That's one of them in the main portrait.
Wait, say that again. Sorry.
Humanoid-looking woman, pink eyes, these kind of beautifully cotton candy pink eyes with kind of medium-length white hair in this kind of like dark black and silver mage's dress, with a gold nameplate that says Agnes Alpin. You will also see the portrait next to that is of what you would assume is a satyr, seemingly female. Long white horns with black tips with these interesting kind of like ribbons and trinkets kind of tied to them. And with this kind of like reddish brown hair as well, very pale skin. Under that is a gold nameplate that says Tuli. Tuli. The next portrait is beside that a human male. Looks like in blue mage's robes. Holding a pretty substantial book and a glowing staff. Seems to be in a library of sorts, with this kind of brown hair that's kind of neck length, tied back. Looks kind of gangly for a human. And underneath this, in a gold plate, says Bastille Sim. I'll tell you what, I'll go ahead and just try to type these out into the Zoom chat while I go here. Put that over there. And then the other one beside the satyr was Tuli. And then the other one was pretty easy, but not that difficult. That was the human with the white hair, Agnes. The next portrait you see is a drow woman with this kind of dark purple chin-length hair, dressed in this feathered cloak and a white dress. nameplate under that says Nava. Beside that, you see the seemingly, it could be orc, could be half orc, kind of dark emerald skin with some facial hair, and you can see the two teeth or tusks or whatever sticking out of its mouth, from its bottom jaw. He has, you can see a belt and like pants, but he is shirtless, has some intricate tattoos all along his chest and his shoulders and neck. And on the gold nameplate it says Kamash Amar. Beside that, you see an elven man with white hair, cropped pretty short to the head with this, it's hard to tell if it's a tattoo or a jewelry of some kind, a headpiece of some kind that's around his forehead. But wearing a very thick leather coat. Looks like maybe in mage armor. And the nameplate on that is Lutheus Saradin. Beside that is a very bulky, seemingly male, with white hair, kind of curly, black facial hair, and this interesting kind of almost like a dark ashen skin tone. It's, almost like what you would see in like a burnt tree in the forest. So it's grayer than what you would normally see with skin tones. And he has some scars going along the cheekbone, from the forehead to the cheekbone, with this interesting like gold headdress on, and some gold earpieces, and interestingly enough, gold eyes that seem to kind of shine in the portrait, along with an interesting kind of glow to his hair in the portrait as well. Below that, it says Nidrano.
And what race? What did he look like?
It looks humanoid, but again, the eyes are have this odd glow to them, as well as the hair. Beside that, you see, well, other than, the Nidrano looked older, probably, than the ones you've seen so far, other than maybe Komash. But the next one seems a little bit older still. White hair, humanoid looking, white beard with white eyebrows, so definitely has some age and some little scratches on the face, wearing armor. The name below this one is Magnus Fenton. The next one, and I'll say the next two, they seem to be a little bit closer together than the rest of them. The other ones are kind of spaced apart a specific amount, but these two are a little bit closer. Two gnomes. One male with this bright reddish orange hair kind of flowing back with this little bit of white, some small circle glasses. Looks to be holding a book and a pen, and seems to be a little bit more kind of like painted to look a little bit more bookish than the rest of them. Beneath that, it says Daniel Sprocket. And then the one close to that one is a female gnome with this bright reddish orange hair in two braids and a green cloak. And beneath that one says Mickey Dergel.
Mouse.
The next one you come to is a gnome again, but this one has long, dark brown hair with these striking green eyes. And just dressed in just a regular, looks like maybe ranger clothing. This one has the nameplate of Helena Rockadil. And the next one, which isn't the next, it's the second to last. The next portrait is a drow woman, bright red eyes, long white hair, in this beautiful kind of dusty lilac cloak, and with a bunch of golden jewelry. And the nameplate under that one says Athera. And then the last portrait you come to. Oh, I did not. I'll give you all time to check up, to catch up while I do something really quick. I did not. We're just gonna Okay.
Are the
Oh no, I did write it down.
paintings-
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
May I ask if Helena was female or male presenting?
Helena was
or
female
androgynous?
presenting.
Oh,
No.
sorry. Thanks.
No, you're fine. What were you asking, Juniper?
If the paintings were something we could approach, or if they're
Oh yeah, they're hanging on the wall. There's really nothing like around them other than other paintings on the wall with them, like smaller ones that are of like landscapes or of the different characters kind of working together or building a building. There are also other objects that I'll explain here in a bit too, on little pedestals and stuff around the room. The last painting that you come to, all of you kind of, it takes a moment to kind of take it in and get over what you're seeing. Because other than a few differences, you're looking at Kazil.
Surprise! This is my shock face. Sorry, sorry.
It's very similar but different. Almost kind of in the uncanny way that his father looked. This one looks a little bit. I mean, it almost looks like just Kazil used a disguise kit just to change a few things about him.
Kazil with a unibrow.
The hair's
because he did.
the hair's is definitely whiter. There are more streaks of white in it than the Kazil that you see before you. A little bit kind of grayer on the grayer side. The brown, that dark brown is. The beard, there's more of a beard than what you're used to seeing with Kazil. That's mostly white. A scar on the face. And also not as built as Kazil is. With, of course, different style clothing. But even a pair of glasses. But different, of course. And the nameplate under that says, wait a minute. Wait just a minute here. Okay. Yeah, it says Arbane. Arbin. Right? Yes.
Arbani.
No, Arbane.
Sorry.
He has a clothing line.
Is that the new spring collection from Arbani?
Because you'll make a perception check for me, please.
Okay. Please be good. Oh, well, that's an 18 plus 10, 28.
Okay. All right. You kind of are looking at this portrait, Kazil, and you kind of notice Riesla looking at you kind of with a huge smile on her face and just like, well, What do you think? You know, your style has changed. But I mean, you know, of course you've worked out more, but it's interesting, right?
Uh, I'm not. Are you saying? Are you saying that that's me?
In a way. You are in a, I guess you could call it a different body?
How does that work?
Well, your grandfather, well, I mean, what you would consider your grandfather, which is not even someone that I know, because that would have been centuries ago. So, you,
Eh,
um, well, you kind of ticked off the wrong people.
oh,
And even I can try to look into them for you, but I ticked off the wrong people, was cursed, and now you kind of have this, I don't remember anything, but I'm reborn into a new body every few centuries. How many are you at now?
oh, I'm. Uh, Shite.
Gerbil's gonna speak telepathically
Uh,
to Kazil and just say, "Don't let her get to you. Whether it's true or not, don't let her get to you."
right, I'm about 5.5 centuries old currently.
I'm not sure how long you went before, but I don't know. You look like you have a few more centuries left in you.
So I sit myself.
You can sort of feel it coming on, I think, is the way that it was described to me by you. Um, kind of get that kind of feeling, and you know it's going to happen soon. Yes. I'm not sure how long it will go. Maybe forever.
Zio, telepathically, she posits that you regenerate, that there can't be more than one of you, but we all met your father.
Right. That's right. Oh,
Do
I'll
we
keep
all
note of
hear
that.
like the telepathy as like a group thing, or is it just to
I think
whoever
it's a
we?
group thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Speakerphone.
I'll look at Gerbil and feel a little, bolstered from his what he shared, and give a nod and look at Renarius. Right. Uh, so, can I ask? So I know there's time devices and other things. So I've met who I thought was my father. And granted, he looked very much like me, but
Wilbur
older.
Wickham?
Is, Wilhelm?
Oh,
Is
yes,
that
your son.
me? That's sure. All right. My son that's older. I get. All right. I can see that. All right. Oh, shit. All right. Uh,
How's Wilhelm doing? We've lost track of him.
oh, I'm not very sure myself.
Okay.
It, are these everyone's ancestors or
Oh,
parents and
yes.
grandparents?
Does anyone else have any guesses on which is yours?
Does Renarius recognize his grandfather? Like, or was his grandfather, or I guess this might not be grandfather, might be.
Great, great, great.
You don't recognize who you see. You don't recognize.
I recognize my name.
You recognize your name, but you don't recognize the person. I mean, it looks. I mean, you know. I'll go ahead and say that you can see a couple of similarities since the last name's there to kind of like start clicking your memory. I won't make you roll for it. You can see some like familiar, possibly familiar similarities with like especially your father. But yeah. Anyone have a guess?
This seems awfully unfair to Zavar.
I'm just looking at mountains and hilly landscapes.
Oh!
What the hell are you all talking about?
Zafar. Do you have a guess as to which of these, and you can start seeing them now, which of these you're related to? Gerbil, any guesses? I'm sure it'll be specifically difficult for you.
I'm sorry, got distracted. I sent you DM.
Yeah, I
real
saw
quick.
it. That's why
All
I'm
right.
asking you.
That's why you're asking. Okay, sorry. Just Gerbil's just gonna like give her a look and then just kind of like roll his eyes and like look at the half orc.
Good eye. Yes, that is your great grandfather. Surprised?
Told you I didn't care.
That you did. Did you know that your great grandfather was half orc?
No, but
Triple, I don't mean to step on your toes here. I understand that this is a wild experience for all of you. But do you not even. I would think if almost, well, except maybe Kazil, perhaps if anyone would be, well, and maybe Renarius, interested. I mean, given your family history, Triple, aren't you curious if there was someone in the past that was better?
better than
Your brother? I mean, you talk about us wanting to destroy the plane. Your brother was making quite a bit of progress with that.
I never claimed to be a saint.
I know you didn't. But do you not think that perhaps if we are diligent and wake the Great One from its sleep, from its slumber, that it might keep something like that from happening? Keep bugbear armies from invading unsuspecting people? I mean, I have people down in Osbergen, and hundreds at least have fallen to your brother's army.
Again, your sales pitch. Because if you think I don't already have enough guilt about what my brother's doing, I mean,
Why do you feel guilt for what your brother is doing? You are your own person. I'm not asking you to feel guilt, Gerbil. I'm asking you to possibly do something that could put a stop to it.
I think if you really wanted to put a stop to it, you don't need me. You could have already done it. I've seen the power you guys have here. Don't see why I had to be involved.
Don't see why you have to be involved. What if any person who made a change said that? Or questioned their involvement? Just something to think about. Savar, did you find someone yet?
This whole question is quite disturbing. I'm very confused about the people that I've been spending time with. I don't understand why this is all connected to something else. I'm looking at these photos, and I mean, I haven't seen my parents since I was a child. The only one that maybe remotely I could point out would be the brown-haired one with the blue cloak, perhaps? I mean, I could look at these again. But what are you getting at? What
She
is the
will
point?
kind of put her hands just very lightly on your shoulders and turn you towards the section with the with Nidranel. The one with the kind of grayish brown skin with the scar and the white hair and the black beard and the gold eyes and the glowing hair.
I see how you were playing this.
What am I playing?
Fine.
This is your great grandfather.
I noticed those gold eyes. How do you know about these gold eyes? I do not understand. I even tried to look at the other people and... What is this? I've only been here a little while and I don't understand why you're pulling me in. What is this purpose? How do you know me? I don't even know my parents. How do you know my grandparent?
Because your grandparent was on the board that built this very building that you're standing in, Zavar.
The sequence of events to bring me here is just absurd.
Inefficient. That's the word I'd say.
Again, we can't... your parents put you in the monastery to train you. To train you to be something that could benefit the library and bringing the Great One back.
I thought,
And they were supposed to return for you.
well, they were on the run. I just assumed that they thought that it was safe and that they were caught or killed, or I don't know, something befell them that kept them from me, and it was out of their hands. I truly believe that they did their best to at least keep me safe. I never expected some other questionable purpose. I mean, of course I'm grateful for the monastery. I'm grateful for the life that they gave me. On purpose? But if that's true, what do you need me for? I mean, I have learned some things. I have survived. I have sold my skills to those, and I have used them for my own entertainment. But what good is this? Oh,
I think...
perhaps I do know what you want.
What do I want, Sapphire?
I'll change my appearance to look like Rizla.
You were trained well.
Have we seen Zavar do that
No.
before? I don't remember.
I don't think so, right, Mason?
Not Riesla, but didn't he change his appearance for,
Oh, did
for
he?
something else?
I did once, but I think
We've never
my
seen it.
back was to them, so they didn't see my face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was at the shop.
Oh, that's right.
But yeah. Sorry, what was Riesla's reply?
She said
What
you
did
were
say?
trained well.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite impressive, Zavar. Not everyone can do that. I mean, it's partly your heritage, but still, you need a depth mind to control it like that.
You know, I have kept that a secret for a very long time. There's only been time to time that I let myself use it, even for risky or even just downright bad choice purposes. But I've never, ever thought of it as something to be used, or then to hide or deceive, or you have me concerned. This is not something that I've ever imagined using with some other purpose. I've always considered it a curse. I'm getting the feeling that you may be dealing with people with curses.
Sometimes things you think are a curse are a blessing in disguise.
Then what good can I be? What good can what I give you be good for me? I mean, if I've listened to these people, I'm beginning to try to consider them my friends, but they've all experienced things much more than I have, and the depths and the connections that they have to the people that you are speaking of, and the experiences that they have, are much further and deeper than mine. I can understand some of these revelations that you are bringing to them. That, sure, I could see maybe there's some higher purpose or abilities, and I've been quiet because I did not feel that I had a place to voice my opinions because I did not have any yet. But they're looking to reject this proposal because they are afraid of you. But if we, or perhaps some of us, were to agree, what benefit? What is it that we're missing? What is the return? I'm not sure how you wish for me to explain this. What do I get if I were to join you?
The satisfaction of doing maybe one of the most important things maybe in our lifetimes.
It is a difficult thing to weigh, considering what I'm hearing from my friends that they have already seen that the library has done or might do. I am not in the business of watching people get hurt and innocent people getting, pushed around.
Maybe I'm selling this the wrong way.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
It's not. Don't consider it what you're doing for the library, but what you're doing for, well, I mean, in some cases, yourselves or your family. Some of family you've never known.
Well, are you saying that we're making a better life for them? Or that are you threatening that their life will be worse if we don't do what you ask?
No, I'm not threatening the lives of your loved ones, Zavar. I'm saying that you are fulfilling what they had planned for you. They were worshippers of the Great One. They wanted it to thrive. And like any devout followers, they wanted that for their descendants as well.
Well,
so the pact was in between all of them. Even the ones that aren't, you'll kind of motion towards the gnomes. Even the ones that aren't still with you. The pact with all of them was that if the Great One hadn't been brought out of its slumber by this decade, that their descendants, whoever was the most current and able, would be brought together.
So we were all set to be pawns as their descendants. I'm sorry, but I'm not sure that I can accept this type of predetermination. You say yourself that that the Great One is not awoken. If it's left to us, that also seems very questionable. If the Great One has not already been awakened, then perhaps there is a good reason.
Right, we don't have enough power for it to awaken yet. That's the reason.
And we're supposed to help provide that power.
Your ancestors did, yes.
I don't. Again, I don't care what our ancestors is. Why should we be doing any of this?
Destiny?
Like, I need more than just destiny.
Mhm.
Give me something tangible. Why should I save all the lives of bringing up the Great One by sacrificing so many lives?
What if I told you the reward was waking up the Great One?
That I don't care about the Great One. I only heard about the Great One very recently. Give me something. I just don't. Why are we so important?
Because
Why
of your ancestors,
need
Durbal.
us? Yes, I get that.
Yeah,
What
that's why.
can
That's
we
why
do?
it's you. It's because of your
Exactly.
ancestors.
So what are we supposed to do?
Follow in their footsteps.
I believe we're now looking for practical answers. Like, what physically or mentally, what kind of tasks, is there some kind of chant or a dance? What are you talking about?
What are you wanting to know?
What
do you want us to
specifically
do?
you yes, how do we fulfill the steps or the pieces that will bring about this awakening?
Well, I believe that there was one that I left out. The time devices would help. We could undo the horrors of the Mage War if we have all of them. By just,
That would be something.
click with the metal. Or, a more gruesome aspect would be we need power. Which, and your ancestors were the first, would be magic power. Which is, up to this point, been harnessed by mages.
That you kill and sacrifice their souls
Some of them, yes.
by their own choice? Or do you forcibly take it?
Some of them, by their own choice, yes. Others, if they're not following the Great One, then... and their power is being used not in the right way, we harvest it.
See,
This
because
is
you
where I come
try to
from.
say something, you're muted. You just try to say something.
I did. Sorry,
saw
thank
that.
you. Thank you very much. Is that what happened to Z? I always forget.
I think so. It was an interesting occurrence. I hadn't planned to harvest him, but then a body was found and reported, and that was that. So I guess someone acted of their own volition.
I think part of the problem for me outside of the scales feeling off is that I don't know a thing about the Great One. Do you have some volumes of books or anything I can, like, it sounds like you're just informing us, explaining, helping us understand where we come from and what was intended for us,
Yes.
but that we'll be free to do what we want because it seems you feel it'll be inevitable for us to come around.
No, we hope
we're
so.
free,
Or
if
else
we're
we'll have to
in
kill
the-
you.
Hey, well,
That's the first thing she said, I believe.
Can I just telepathically say, oh, so she is admitting to murder and wanting to kill us. Is it time for a bug out, y'all?
we're playing. Maybe
Not yet.
not.
We're
not
getting
yet.
close, but
Hey.
there's
I
still.
know.
It's.
Well, let's keep it in mind because this is going downward very quickly.
Do you have any books or anything I can take if we're to end up free to go, so we can better understand where more about the Great One, where they come from, what they're really all about, so we can read it for ourselves, anything like that.
Well, I might be able to find a pamphlet somewhere.
Pamphlet.
Well,
Sorry.
Have you heard about our?
God damn it. It's a
Oh,
trap.
yeah, yeah.
It's a trap.
Nice.
Look,
He's gonna actually, as he's
stay
looking,
away from the dangers of D&D.
yeah.
For the Great One.
After
Grizzly
looking
starts-
over,
Take
they're looking
these,
over.
take these
go ahead,
grizzly
sir.
tracks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looking over all the patriot, portraits, and especially the one of his. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even know about. So these are all our great ancestors. Hundreds, maybe thousands of years ago, they got together to work on this library. Correct?
Actually, they're not all great ancestors.
Well,
Some of them
give
are
us-
great grandparents. Yours is, I mean, elves live a long time, right?
Mm-hmm. Was this all before or after the Great One skipped out and didn't leave a note?
Oh, it wasn't that he skipped out, Tegan. It was that he was put to sleep.
No one knows exactly what happened to him. Even your temple admitted that.
Yes,
You're assuming he went to sleep.
he did.
Ah, a true believer.
As was your father.
Facts not in evidence, but
Well, he
Um,
founded the library. I would say that he is a follower.
might have been, and they, who knows? Might back then it might have been a noble cause. But noble causes often get perverted.
Did you ever wonder why your sister turned you in?
She needed the money. Simple.
She also hates you.
Well, I have no idea why. All I did was try
Gerbil
to
kind
help.
of shrugs.
Peculiar attention.
yeah.
Peculiar attention paid to a sibling and not the other can sometimes harbor resentment.
That's natural. Nothing supernatural about it.
There was a time when your father played with you on his lap with a crystal vial with crystals in it, showing you, pouring blood in it that he just harvested. Well, your mother was furious. She came in, grabbed you from his lap, and scolded him, all while coughing that she died of sickness, right?
Yes. And if my father was half as powerful as you assume, then he did nothing about it.
You're probably correct.
All the more reason to question this devotion.
And Zavar, your parents were supposed to come back for you, I said. They were. But, and unknown to me, something detained them. That's when they died. We found out later.
Unknown to you?
Yes,
Are you sure?
yes.
I'm beginning to question these things that I never questioned before.
You can question me all you want.
Yeah, well. You don't know what
Endurable.
happened to my parents. Okay, fine.
I'm sorry, Zavar, what?
No, go right ahead.
Triple, your significant other's name, Aldi, was it?
Adriana.
Adriana, yes. She knew about your heritage. She was from here.
Mm-hmm. Look, if this is our destiny, if this is what's meant to happen,
Yes.
then then why all this? Why not have just let us go and do our thing? Because I guarantee you, we haven't known what the fuck we're doing. And if it's our destiny, we would have gone and, risen the Great One or whatever. I don't see the point of all this. Because all you're really doing is just riling all of us up.
Yes.
For what purpose?
To get you to realize whose side you want to be on. Really, to get a goddamn answer out of you, because half helping isn't going to do it.
Much to Kazil's point, you're the one who is pushing for the raising of the Great One.
Yes.
It's not a motivation for any of us. Despite leaning on our heritages and what might be foretold about us or what have you, why?
What other reason do you need than raising something that will be all powerful and will help the world for the better?
But how would we know that? I'm sure I could trust you that the Great One is a being of great power. There are celestial beings who fit those descriptions. The gods, the various deities some of us worship. Who is to say this Great One is great for us?
Who is anyone to say what deity is great for them? Are you to say that any of you who worship anything have for sure knowledge that they help you, or that they're listening when you talk to them? And yet you're expecting me to give you proof of something that is in your bones.
You know, most people, I would hope, even if they are faithful, most people will judge a god and their deity and their followers and their faith and their they judge them by what they have done so far. And from what you have been describing and from what we have seen, what we understand has come so far is nothing that we want to be a part of. It goes against what we are as intelligent beings and of good people. I have not seen anyone in this group ever do anything evil, and I'm sorry, but that is what the Great One is. It may be powerful, but I think we've all seen or heard of this lands where powerful rulers control their people and are terrible tyrants. I am not saying that this is any different. Perhaps it is scarier for us because maybe it can do things and can reach farther. But that doesn't mean that I will choose to be part of that. If this Great One rises and we become examples because we chose to not follow, then so
Which
be it.
will happen.
Then I will be happy to be that example.
All of you see her countenance definitely shift. and had the entire time that Savara was talking. And her voice kind of echoes throughout this room. You're telling me that all of you are going to stand up against the library and an all-powerful god, one of your ancestors, all of your ancestors, really, and just not comply. Something that has been written in your destinies by your ancestors to raise from the dead and to make happen. Who have risked things to put you here in these walls. And I have taken my time to reveal destinies and ancestral lineage to you that you just don't want a part of. Is that what you're saying?
Look, if that's the honest to the great one truth, then does it matter what we say right here and now? Because we will still fulfill your destiny, the destiny that was written to us, whether it's the answer you want to hear or not.
No, Gerbel, you don't understand. I am starting to understand. She thinks that we were part of a plan to get to this point. What we do now is still our choice, and that's what frightens her. If we do not choose, she loses the destiny that we were set for. That's why we're here. That's why you invited us. Because you wanted to bring us into the last piece. To continue forward whatever direction that we were supposedly destined for. Well, guess what? We all have choice. Maybe we choose. Maybe one of these people will surprise me and stand behind you. But I do not believe that is so. And maybe we will all die because of our choices.
I'm gonna walk up next to the Zwaar and put my hand on your shoulder and say, I choose you. I'll choose us.
Oh, God.
Look, if you wanted
I
my,
can't quit you.
if you wanted my help, if you wanted my answer, I think give us something we're actually searching for. Give us the people you have taken. Prove to us that you are for the greater good and are protecting these people.
Triple. She'll take a couple of steps towards you, Gerbil. I never said it was for the greater good.
Yeah.
And she'll hold up a hand.
Bug out,
Nope, she'll hold up.
Bug out.
Nope, hold
All
up a hand.
Alright.
Time
Alright, go ahead.
stops. Time stops
Ah, shit.
for all of you.
Can I? Is that a spell or is that a spell-like effect? Can I lay some counter spell down on that BS?
What counter spell are you laying down? What level?
Level 3. Let's do it. The
You'll
lowest
definitely
level.
have to make a roll.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
You can give inspiration, right? Does that work on spell things?
Can
I
you?
wasn't fast
I
enough.
don't know if you can give inspiration like in the moment.
No,
like
because
isn't
this
the
is
reaction,
this is very quick. Very quick.
Oh, man. Can I give him something for
No.
resubscribing? God damn it.
No.
I knew that was coming.
Steph's like,
I
no,
knew
this
that
is
was
the
coming.
GPKI plan.
This
It's
is
gonna
happening.
happen.
Unless he rolls a nat 20, this is that.
All right. What is it?
I have to add my spell modifier, I guess.
Yeah.
D20 plus 5. Let's see it. 17 plus 5 is 22.
Cool.
A lot of resub dice in the chat.
The DC is 10 plus the spell's level.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it. Okay.
If it's a spell like if it's not a spell, it's not, if it's not something she's like,
She didn't make any motions
but she raised her hand.
other than raising her hand.
So if it's a spell like effect, then counterspell has no effect, and I blew a spell slot. But if it's a legit spell,
I rolled, and I mean, just for
your call. You're the DM. But
I'm gonna say, since it was very quick, Rhaenyra, and it was happening. I mean, I don't want you to feel cheated, but like it was happening as
cool.
she was raising her hand. But yeah, and then I rolled extra and rolled, and yeah.
if it legit was just
Yeah.
if he wouldn't have noticed, then he wouldn't have noticed.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
I'm
Does
taking
he
my
get the spell slot back?
Yeah,
okay.
you get the spell slot back.
Sorry.
Refund.
Yes. Okay. So it goes. She holds up her hand. All of you feel kind of stopped in time, but she's still moving. And again, she's like 5 feet away from you, Gerbil.
Mhm.
It smells sweaty and nasty from that stairs. I just hope, just like it's, just I hope her nose cringes.
I really thought that all of you would be ready for this information.
Can we think to each other?
Yeah, I'll say that you can think to each other, sure.
Bug out. Gerbil will say telepathically, whoever can get out, get out.
I think we're stuck here.
Really
Soon
thought
as
you... Sorry, go ahead, Zavar.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Really thought you were ready. I gave you... And she's like walking around like amidst all of you, like around you. I gave you so much. I gave you pieces to your past you didn't even know existed.
So why would we
Walks over to Kazil. I let you know who you really are. I let you see your grandparents. That looks at Zavar that you've never seen before. And yet, you pay me with this arrogance. Well. And she kind of goes and stands to where all of you can kind of see her in your frozen states. No. That you may have thought things were bad before, but they're about to get very worse for you. Because we're not keeping you out of danger anymore. And it goes black. All of you feel transported immediately. Almost kind of forced teleport of sorts. And you all just kind of come back to yourselves, slightly hovering above a stone floor, and you fall immediately. Everyone make Constitution saving throws for me, please, and you're unfrozen.
Thunk.
9.
30-20.
On, you say?
Constitution
Bye.
saving.
17.
Oh, come on, be higher than all my other rolls.
Oh,
Oh,
wait,
you're
saving
kidding
throw.
me.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Hang on. Yep, it's worse.
Are we just going to be
Uh,
puking on each other?
So anyone
Kyle.
with a 5 or below, you just throw up, and you kind of fall on the ground, and kind of some spit, little throat comes out of your mouth as you hit the floor.
Do I have to
Stones,
admit if I rolled a natural 1?
stones jutting into your side.
You poop yourself too. No.
Zavar,
It's a natural.
Natural
Zavar,
one's definitely pooping
that all
yourself. Yeah.
happens to you, but you just are unconscious as soon as you feel that and then you black out.
God, blah.
Anyone between like a 10 to 15, or let's see, what did I see before? A 1 to 5. So I guess a 6 to, we'll say 12. You feel very, very nauseous. Hit the floor. A couple bit of stones kind of hitting your side. Splitting headache. Anyone with a 12 to 20, you feel rough. I mean, you hit the floor still, but it's not. You feel
Superhero
like you
landing.
can recover quickly. And that's where we'll take our bio break. Sorry it was late. So everyone watching, we take a 10-minute bio break. So stay tuned, and we will be right back. Mics are hot.
Wow.
Juicy.
Yeah. Yeah, I had obviously I was getting into that. Uh-oh, somebody
You were.
moved. No.
Oh no,
Squares-
Frank, did Frank turn off
squares-
his
Did
camera?
did Frank turn
Yeah,
his
he did.
camera off?
I think Frank,
Yeah, he
or maybe
did.
it turned off by
Oh
itself.
my god.
Yeah. So hey, now you've got time to move us
Oh,
around,
it's-
right?
Did it?
Oh,
You're
you're
muted.
muted, Frank.
Is it okay? Is it
You
okay
may-
now?
You just stop video instead of covering the camera. You stop video, brings up that placard.
But it
Oops.
rearranges
But
the videos. On
It
Zoom.
rearranged the cameras.
Oh, it didn't do it on mine. I thought it was safe.
Oh.
We just
Okay.
wake up
Okay,
in our new
sorry.
places.
Oh,
in
I'm
the
sorry.
jungle
I'm
and
You're
very
fine.
sorry. I'm
We
You're
switch
fine.
bodies.
You're fine.
Body
As soon
swap,
as you,
body
as soon
Oh,
as
no.
you did it, like it puts you out of the order. Like it puts you like you were the last.
Oh,
person
that
to
sucks.
go.
I
So-
stay in
so-
order here.
That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
That's why we say not to.
Okay.
So now that we've ended like this very serious moment, would you do you want to have music playing in the background for the next part of our?
Nice funeral dirge.
Benny Hill.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I noticed that earlier. Like, no, actually, this is a good time to just not have
Well,
music.
sure,
It's
and that
too
was
much.
also just
Yeah.
me just scrambling right before to get everything
Yeah.
done. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and
we
like,
can
it
have
would-
music.
I just want. I mean, like a jerk. I'm just bringing it up. You know.
No, that's fine.
But what's funny is like, you know, when I first noticed, it's like, ooh, actually, this adds to a real creepy, real different. This is a serious vibe. You know.
Yeah.
And
I hope
Damn
it
it,
was
damn,
fine.
when-
I tried
so
to get. I tried to give y'all
Yeah.
a choice. I mean, you could have.
That was beautiful. I
mm,
chef's kiss.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it was good.
I mean, we're
You could have. You
We're a
could have
stubborn
helped
group.
You could have just started sacrificing mages right then and there. You know.
yeah.
Welcome
Yeah.
to the mid-show, post-show.
Yep.
All right. I need to go to the
Yeah,
bathroom. I'll be right back.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, it's like it's not post show yet.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was honestly wondering if you know, you say like Kazil puts his hand on my shoulder, you know, I'm like, oh my god, he's behind me, and then I'm thinking,
Push him. That's-
no, I'm thinking, where's Tooney? Is Junie on this side, or did she start to kind of circle around behind our little creepy lady?
I
Right,
still
yeah.
stand by it.
With the
There's just like for basic, like, persuasive essays I had to write in middle school.
Oh,
You
gosh.
could have framed that one better, Reese.
Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
yeah. Do you feel like I spoke a little bit too much for you, Junie, or were you were you?
I just couldn't pick up the role-playing ball today. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I
Copious
it's just
scope
Picture
apologize.
shocked still,
Yeah.
like.
Yeah,
was-
yeah.
Yep.
Junie's just trying to figure out like there are better ways to get people where you want them to be than destroying someone's life, and then flaunting it in front of them.
Yeah.
There's
like,
a thing,
wow.
Yeah, it's like we were already working for you, and then you
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
all this
And
shit.
then, and then,
So,
and
like,
then Dribble's like, bring someone back from the dead. And Junie's just like, oh God, no, that's not.
Oh no,
happen."
Gerbil was trying to be like, you want me to join you? Give me freaking Shanad.
yeah.
That's
yeah.
what he was like. That was the one thing you had to do for Gerbil, and you didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just the fact that you like mentioned your wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that was. I mean, she brought up my parents, and like, okay, yeah, that's a little open. It's like, yeah, the wife, the head you had to bring around for who knows how long. That's man.
It's all part of the
that's,
plan. It's
yeah.
all part of, know.
That's right in the back, right in the heart.
I feel like
Yeah.
it really hit the zealot vibe though, like where
Oh.
her thinking is just straight up like, no, you were like built for this, you were born for this, you were trained for this, and it doesn't click like you're your own people.
But
It sounds like they were upset that we were going whoop 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 whoop.
it's like
I don't understand. Why
it's like that
wouldn't you want
argument I
this?
could see working
Yeah.
more for everyone, for like Kazeel, because Kazeel's weird, and like other things.
I mean,
Well, I mean, you're a weird immortal boy. That's what I've been saying all along.
yeah. Yeah, that's really cool.
but-
I've got to pee, but it's super cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
For Gerbil, he's just all, I'm a bugbear. I don't care.
All I'm going to say is, I'm glad we didn't buy the timeshare. That's what it felt like. It's like, I'm going to give you the presentation, and then
Yeah. Yeah.
now see, how does Zahar do it? He gets his portrait up on his screen.
I think he's using a different
Yeah, I think
camera
Oh, he's just-
system.
I think he's
like a streaming
using,
thing?
I think he's using like OBS
Ah.
along with Zoom. I think.
Okay, I'm sorry. Zavar's fault. I saw him do that, and I figured, oh, that'd be neat. I'll do it.
You got to learn OBS, Frank. Time to learn a new skill.
Okay. all
I
right.
wasn't even meaning to say it that way. Skill.
Skill.
Skill. Skitsity boo.
Shimmerwa.
Shibidua. We're scatting, Michelle.
I wondered. I thought maybe just
Shibidua.
meow. That's all I got. All right. Well, I'm glad I didn't miss this session because, wow, there's a lot of. It's a lore hammer right there. Is what that is.
What's happening there? I'll talk. I can talk about it. Or no? Okay.
You're hiding.
It's fine. Well,
Are you
he sent me a direct message,
And it just ran away.
and then just ran away.
I'm sorry.
I know
Okay,
what that
I'm
looks
still
Sorry.
listening.
That was totally my bad. Then Gerbil.
That's
The last
fine.
name
That's
thing, the last name thing. I was just kind of glancing through backstories, and I was like, oh, okay, that's just.
Yeah,
I
no,
think-
that's
'cause
fine.
I think I have you in my notes as Gerbil Amar, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because that was
That's the question.
because
Is
he
it-
took
I
her
thought-
name when
I thought the question
buried.
about is this Addie's relative or mine? In as a private message, I was like, why would he think this is her relative?
Yeah, that's why I was. But like
Okay.
when I saw where it
That's
was
my
going, I was
bad
like, okay,
then.
it's okay,
That's my
it's okay.
You're like, wait a minute, are we? brothers and sisters?
I was, well, yeah, I was about to say, I was like, is that where this is going? Is my wife related to me? Because if so, this is a problem. Like, I know bugbears are not the most civilized, but
We can't have this happening.
now I'm concerned though that Gerbil's related to Zelthura now. But
Well, because all half-works are related?
considering
wow, that's
we only
racist.
met,
Yeah.
well, considering we only met one half-orc, and then we hear a story. Oh, there was a half-orc walking around in the desert. Oh, surely it's not the only half-orc we've ever met.
Is this mean
Yes.
Dribbles like only half bugbear? Is he a hork?
Quarter?
He's
Well,
a bork.
I mean, technically, I mean, you're probably all not purebreds. I mean,
Speak for yourself.
God.
Wow. Wow.
I'm kidding.
Dirty mudblood. Jeez. Sorry.
I mean, yeah.
Hey, Tankards and Tails. It's very lovely tonight, Uncle.
Aw.
Oh.
I'm very bad at looking at chat while I'm DMing.
Well, no, you focus on DMing just fine. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah. Thoughts.
Zeal hasn't flirted with enough random NPCs today. That's why he's so cold.
no.
I
Yep.
need to make some calls.
He needs to
and
identify.
Some bodies on one.
That's right.
Lay hands on people.
Yeah. The question is, who did you sleep with to birth your, to birth your father?
The question is, who didn't you sleep with? That's the easier question to answer.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, part of me wanted to ask her. Oh, I'm sorry. Please go ahead, Michelle.
I was just gonna ask Steph how long after 10 we're gonna run, because I might have to bounce right at
I'll probably do an after show, so probably like 10 minutes.
that. Okay.
I can try to keep it pretty concise at one cut off.
Okay.
And then if you can do like 110, then I can.
Yeah, if that works for you.
I'll keep it as concise as possible. Which reminds me that I'll need to
After show's bad.
redo the things here really quick
Right.
before we go back
Oh,
because of Tegan.
Yep. My fault.
Wow.
Everyone's messed up.
Oh.
Waited for him to come back to say it just like that.
Right.
Yep. Guilty is charged.
Hello, Tegan.
Tegan, if he does something, he'll say it. And boy, Kazeel has burned all his trust tokens.
Oh no! What?
No.
He can't help it. He doesn't remember.
Maybe we'll have a talk
He
about it.
didn't know he was his own grandfather.
I mean,
My own grand.
Anyone was
I mean-
yeah.
for Gerbil's just like, I figured it was something dumb like that.
Yeah. And I'm just thinking, ooh, he looks good for 500.
Right?
Don't tell him that.
Right?
He knows.
Kind of like,
He knows.
how do I do that?
I'm 567 years old.
Kazil's gonna look around one day and Zavar's just gonna be like just studying him, like looking at him very
know.
intensely.
What kind of tea are you drinking?
How does he do it?
Coffee.
How does
Yeah.
he do it?
It's all the sending that he does, damn it.
100 push-ups, 107. Or whatever One Punch Man workout
Yeah.
is there.
Okay.
Well, hold on a minute. I grew up in a monastery. This should...
Everyone is.
Okay.
Well, there's some things you just didn't even figure out with. Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll save that
Not
for
like
the,
we
we'll
didn't
save,
try.
We'll save that for the post show.
All right.
All right. So going back.
What do you
Three,
want from us?
2, 1. All right, we're back live. Hola. Got all your stuff
boy.
together here.
What does
Perfect.
it mean?
Wonderful. What does it mean? Okay.
Hey, look. All right.
All right. Okay. Y'all. Okay. So we left off with everyone being transported to this yeah, you feel yourself being transported. I described all of you, with your roles, who's feeling more sick than others. You all kind of like appear floating above the ground a bit and just kind of like drop just a we'll say like 5 inches.
Wow.
And drop out 5 inches to the floor. And so you have a little bit of breath knocked out of you. Yeah, we'll say a few of you that have been, looking around, you see that Zavar is not getting up. And
Told them not to drink so much.
who were the ones that landed a little bit more roughly? That was Juniper, and wasn't there someone else? Or no? Okay, so Juniper, you would also notice that a couple people, when they hit the ground, a red velvet bag comes out of their pocket.
Wait,
That's it.
what?
So
What about red
everyone-
velvet?
Juniper noticed something.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, everyone's starting to wake up except for Zavar, who's still unconscious.
I'll shake him a little.
Yeah, you start.
Right.
You start rousing Zavar.
I'll be
Do-
leaning over in your face. Zar,
Gerbil will look around
butt tripping down.
the
Sorry.
area.
I've never had such a worse hangover. Ugh.
Give me my water flask. Drink up.
Did that red velvet bag come from Zavar's pocket, or?
Yeah, there's one beside Zavar. The other one is beside Kazil.
Did you drink out of that bag? That's not your normal flask. Oh God, it smells terrible. Ugh.
So sorry. What? Did I drink my flask is here?
Do I
What are you talking
recognize
about?
Everyone make perception checks for me, please.
Sure.
Fresh
Yeah, are you pointing at it?
perceptions.
That's
16.
18 for Gerbil.
another effing
fine.
28.
Mason.
12.
You're just out of it,
Mason,
man. You're having
you
a
need-
bad
All
day.
of my rolls
Are
are
you-
on one hand.
Are you using the same D20 for all of these rolls?
I'm using the same
It
D&D
needs to be-
Beyond.
Oh, D&D Beyond.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh, child.
Do you
I'm
Oh, honey.
trusting the system.
Oh, honey.
Mason, do you need dice? Do I need to get you dice?
Oh, I've got dice.
Mason.
I'm. Ahem.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. There we go.
There.
Now watch. It's still going to be 4s and 3s.
Oh,
Okay.
you say that.
Watch
So-
your tongue.
That's right.
Anyone with we'll say a 12 or above, as you start waking up, you see that the room is filled with these interesting kind of like lightly glowing runes. You also notice, whether it's on the ground beside you where you fell or in your pocket, you kind of feel something that's kind of like what is that? And is that a bag in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? So you
That's the wrong side.
you find a
Still-
red,
Two,
Arms
Kazil.
length apart. Stay away.
you
No.
find a tightened red velvet bag, like that can fit into like it's small.
So we each have a red velvet
Yes.
bag.
Well, those who rolled a 12 or above are the ones that notice the red velvet bag.
Oh,
Just looking
do
around.
we all have one? I'll say it
Gerbil will
together.
look at his.
Yeah.
I usually have people take them out of my pocket, not put 'em
Once
in.
Kazil says that, Zavar, you'll notice that you have a red velvet bag too, and anyone else.
Aw.
Oh, look at that. A red velvet bag.
Does
You
it
wanna-
feel empty? Or-
You can feel something a little bit heavy in it. I got ink all over my hands.
Which one of
Look
the?
ins-
That's its crystals. Open it up.
No, yeah. Can I look
If
inside
you
the bag?
if you open it up, It is a red ruby.
Hey, that
with
counts.
with a note, handwritten, that says, "If you should change your mind," and with a drawn heart on it. Signed, and then it has like signed Riesla. Library.
What kind
With
of
a
strength roll do I
stamp.
need to?
And on the other side of the piece of paper, I'm sorry, is a stamp for the library.
It's the same
What
thing
do,
in
what
everybody.
do I need?
Yes.
What do I need to throw this as hard as I can?
I mean, you can make a strength check.
Better than a 4, buddy.
Oh, with a real one.
Don't hit Kazeel.
Hey, it's more than the numbers of fingers on one hand. That
See?
would be a 12 to
Okay,
chuck
that's
it.
better. That's better. So all of a sudden, Zavar chucks the gemstone. Just the gemstone or the bag too?
Just the stone.
Okay,
I'll
so you chuck the
drop bag and leave
gemstone.
it.
It bounces off one of the walls, and okay.
Am I?
No, it doesn't hit anyone. I was rolling to see if it landed just right back at your feet, but it bounces off one of the walls and just kind of bounces against another wall. So it's on the floor in the corner. This room is like probably, since I'm so good at measuring, like 20
Oh boy,
by
here
20.
goes.
It's almost like
Football fields?
it's almost a perfect square. So we'll say 30 by 30 by 30.
But there's
I
Now I
sorry.
realize I'm inside a room. Smart.
but there's you said there's lightly glowing
Lightly
rooms
glowing
around us.
runes all over the
Runes,
walls.
runes, not rooms.
Not yeah, right.
Makes more sense.
All over the walls and the ceiling, not on the floor, but just on the walls and the ceiling. Kind of a lightly glow of red.
Throwing us into the
Gerbil
drink.
will try to telepathically talk to Polo and Selthera. Are you?
Oh, what spell did you cast, Renarius?
Rary's
didn't.
telepathic bond.
Oh, that one.
Technically, there was one other person we could add into that bond. If we chose
And
to.
communicated, one action. It's not concentration, so that's good.
But it only lasts for an hour. Has this whole thing lasted more than an hour?
I would say you're at the very tail end of it. Okay. Yeah, I was just looking at distance, but it says it's over any distance. Okay, what are you saying, Gerbil?
Are you guys
Who
still
would've-
there? Are you safe?
Who, in retrospect, who would have we put in this? We had a slot for one more. It was either Polo or Zelthera.
Zelthera.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
Zelthera.
Yeah, because we have the
Please.
6 of us plus.
I see what you're saying. I thought you meant one slot over
Yeah.
Polo and okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, so Zelthora, so you asked if they're safe, Gerbil?
Yeah. Or just seeing if the connection's still working.
It's been almost an hour. What is taking y'all so long?
Bug out,
Hmm.
get out of there. They sent
Still
us
there.
somewhere. Just try to get out of there, get to safety.
Mouse. And she says, yeah, well, you can't see what she's doing. She'll just think, mouse. All right. So where are you at? Where should I go?
Well, we are still on the same plane.
Well, that's good,
We're-
right?
We're in a room.
We're in some holding room. There's runes. Feeding didn't
good.
go well.
Oh.
Is there no door?
Do you need me to kill something?
I
Not yet.
I think they're probably going to come for you
Oh,
very shortly. So I would say
I'll pick up the pace.
bug
then.
out.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I'm already running, Gerbil. I'm already bugging out. I just need to know
Oh.
how fast I should be running.
Probably fast. I honestly don't know what the. I don't. It was
Run for your life?
a lot of crap. Yeah.
You feel the telepathic bond cut. Spells over for an hour.
Oh, jeez. Renarius, can you use that detect what sort of magic this is with the runes if it's a magic anyway?
Of course, yes.
I believe in you. I know you've got this, and I'll give you inspiration, a D10 in case that helps. I don't know. Probably doesn't.
Yeah,
but
well,
you have
I'll
it for 10
cast.
minutes.
I'll blow an action and cast detect magic.
Okay.
Looking around the room, looking at these jewels and these bags, see if there's any magic coming off of them.
Okay. All right. 1 second. So with the runes, it looks like conjuration magic, school of magic. So teleportation, that sort of thing. With the gemstone, it is evocation. So you would get that with, say, like a sending stone.
Okay.
Trevor's gonna open up his bag and check on Tulip.
Oh, right.
Mm,
Okay. All right.
If you break my heart, Stephanie, I will leave this game right now.
That's not the sound we were hoping to hear from her.
Was she in the bag of colding?
well, hope Zolthera gets that pet from the trees too. the thing cut. We didn't have a chance to tell her about it. Oh shit!
There were many ways they could have convinced Gerbil to join their Team Great One. This is not it.
I will say, just because I forgot about it too, that Tulip is in the bag. And your squirrel's with you too, Juniper.
Blackberry. A tummy ache from all this teleportation.
Technically, they probably would have been sent out by Riesla with the rest, but since I didn't think about it, they're with you.
Thank you, benevolent GM.
Yes. Gerbil was about to convert to level 10
And then plus, I don't want to
barbarian
give
and destroy-
Zelthora just a zoo of animals to take care of for Lord knows how long.
Gosh.
Appreciate it.
Tegan will walk over, pick up the bag that Zavar threw.
He threw
If he
just the gemstone.
In
I
that
threw only
case,
the gem. Yeah.
okay, I will pick up the gem
Okay.
and give it back to Zavar and say, I can't say I disagree with you, but it may come in handy.
Did you tell them, Renarius, that what the two things
Yeah,
were?
I would have.
Okay.
I would have relayed
All right.
that. Also, the room. Is there any magic like in the room?
No, just
Are we
from
sealed away?
just from the runes.
Okay.
There is a carved out kind of tunnel leading out with a slight like a reddish flickering glow coming from it.
That's the only perceived way out.
Correct.
All right, Tegan will lead the way.
We still have all our stuff, right?
No, we're naked.
Make a perception check, Gerbil.
Well, I mean,
You've got a pouch.
I should have made you all
Hey,
naked.
That's
Just that would have made it
21.
a lot
That's
more
right.
interesting.
You have a
your
red
stuff.
pouch
Twen-
and
21.
nothing else.
You have your stuff. You have your stuff.
yeah, Gerbil will go up front. He is done with all this. He has his arrow drawn, knocked, and he's going down the hallway.
Zavar, Renarius shared that the gemstones have evocation magic on them, which is like a sending stone probably. And the runes have conjuration, which is usually used in like teleportation. Okay. Does everyone head out into the flickering, red glowing hallway?
I trust you.
Okay. All right. So as you walk onto the hallway continues for what you can tell pretty straight. for probably about 40 feet, maybe 45. There are, it is stone walls, and like the carved stone of like the room that you were just in kind of gives way to like what looks like not polished, but like laid laid stone work for the walls, also for the for the floor. Ceilings more just kind of carved rock from wherever you are. Definitely seems like you're possibly underground with all the carved stone. So you continue down this hallway, and who's heading up the back?
Who's in the rear?
Yeah,
Venarius is usually towards the
who's
middle.
coming up at the rear?
Junie could be the one slowest, I guess.
Okay. Juniper, as you take a step and the group's in front of you, you hear kind of a click from behind you. Everyone make dexterity saving throws, please.
Okay.
This is where shit's gonna get fun, guys.
18. 17.
27.
You would think that
25.
the archer would have good dex.
You would think.
You would
You
think.
would think.
Like Tegan, who rolled a 27.
9.
Oh, dear. That's got to be a 1 or a 2.
11.
Well, 6 plus 3.
Oh, it's only 3.
My dex saving throw is not good.
So 9, 11. What did you get, Renarius?
18.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Anyone else get below a 12? So Juniper. Okay. All right. So let me.
Renarius is Spider-Man. He has
Let
spider
me
sense.
describe what happens here. So all of you are walking, and I would say the last 2 or 3, Juniper especially, since you're at the very back, you hear this click from behind you. As soon as you hear it, well, we'll say you hear it, you have a second to be like, wait. And then the floor of this long, narrow hallway starts to shift unnervingly. And starts to almost like hinge downwards. You find all of you are, for a few seconds, you're suspended in midair as it rapidly starts shifting and starts moving. And so it was like this. It's going like this. And it happens.
To the best of us.
Happens.
And everyone is able to let's see, who was it that rolled low? It was Juniper, and who was the other one that rolled like an 11? Was it Gerbil?
Gerbil.
Okay.
Gerbil, yeah.
So Zavar, Kazil, Renarius, and Tegan, even as you're like kind of suspended in midair and you start feeling yourself fall, and I'll say with your rolls, I won't make you roll again, but you'll kind of look down and see that like there's a grate at the bottom. So you start grabbing for the sides of this narrow hallway that is now like a shaft. So you start grabbing for the sides. And you're able to grab one. Gerbil and Juniper, you start falling, and you see you're starting to pass your other adventurers, and you hit the grate at the bottom. The grate isn't very there's a lot of space in between the bars, so you start slipping down, but you're able to hold on to the bars of the grate. Both of you would be able to tell that inches Well, not. Well, no, we're not going to say that because then that you almost just drop down into them. A few feet below you are what seem like spikes,
Well, that's fun.
but the two of you are currently holding on to the grate, and the rest of you are holding on to the walls of the shaft.
This is not very hospitable.
Is it what's up? I mean, is the rest of the walkway that we're on? Is it still above us as we hold on, as we grip?
There's definitely a ledge above, yes, that you could try to climb to.
Okay.
You would see Gerbil, and you would know that Gerbil and Juniper, because I'm sure they would have made some noise, fall to the grate, and they're
How
now
far-
hanging onto the grate.
Oh, great.
How far down is the grate from the ledge?
Probably. Let me see here. From the grate to where you are on the ledge, and I'll say you're about midway down. You have about probably 10 feet,
Okay, that's fine. That's
maybe
plenty.
close to 15.
So I'll climb up to the ledge, or attempt to climb up to the ledge.
Okay, make a strength check, please.
Strength.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you're pulling. Have you tried to pull yourself up like that?
Okay. All right.
When
Check.
was the last time any of us have done a pull-up?
Okay. Okay.
Can I ready an action?
Can you what?
I rolled a
Can I
natural.
ready an
oh,
action?
You're currently hanging onto a wall.
All right, never mind.
So okay, I was gonna say you can
Yep.
you can take a hand off and start doing some hand motion, unless there's no hand gestures for the spell, or what are you going to ready?
there is. I
Okay.
I want to be ready to react in case someone starts to like fall.
You would have to take a hand off the wall.
Too late. Yeah.
Okay, and that would also cause me to fall.
That would probably cause a dexterity check.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I rolled a 20 for 19.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're able to climb up to. Yeah, you're able to climb up to the ledge.
All right. I will take the hempen rope out of my backpack
Okay.
and lower it down to them, to whoever wants to use it to climb up or assist them in climbing up.
Okay. How much is that? 50, I assume.
50 feet.
Just
yeah,
what you get.
that's-
Okay.
Yeah.
Gerbil will make sure he'll try to help Junie get to the rope first.
Okay.
How many feet up is it?
It is. Let's see. I think I said the hallway's about 40, 45, so probably like 25.
Okay.
As Gerbil's helping Junie get to the rope, he's gonna cast guidance on her.
Ooh. What does
Be
that
like,
do for her again? Chirple.
She gets an additional D4 for an ability check.
There you go. All right.
You got
so
this, Junie. Just climb up.
Her
So-
tail's wagging.
Juniper, you're climbing up, right?
Yeah.
Make a strength check, please, as you use your strength to pull up this rope.
Mm.
You need a lot of strength to pull at it.
21
Add the D4.
Yeah.
Might as well.
and a
Might as well add
D4.
the D4.
Did you add
Okay.
the D4?
No, so sorry. Roll a D4. And a 4.
All right. Okay, so 28,
25.
25. Oh, the 21.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to definitely, in fact, surprising yourself at how quickly you can climb up this rope and get up to the ledge.
Oh, just feels like rigging.
Yep. I was going to say.
Yeah.
Gerbil, are you trying to climb up next?
Yeah, once she's cleared the top,
Okay.
Yeah.
Gerbil will start climbing.
Thank you,
Make that strength check.
Here we go.
my lovely bugbear.
Just straight strength.
Yes.
Okay. 16.
Okay. Yeah. You have a little trouble at first, but you get the hang of it and are able to get up there. Kazil, what are you doing? You're hanging onto a wall right now. What do you want to do?
If it's only 10 feet down and I'm like 6 feet of it, I'm probably just gonna let my it's the grate down at the bottom,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So I'll probably just climb
Okay.
down
Okay.
carefully under the grate so I can use the rope to climb up.
Okay. All right. Make a strength check.
Thank goodness. A 19 for an 18.
Okay. All right.
Welcome
you
to
get,
the Buff Brothers.
Right? Yeah.
so you are able to climb up the rope and get up to the little edge safely, pretty quickly.
I just realized, is our whole party terrible in strength? Because monks are dex based normally, right? Zavar has your strength.
It's less than my dex, but it's not terrible.
He has a monk.
So-
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I've got some,
Okay.
Zavar, what are you? You're hanging on a wall right now.
Yeah, I'll just use my strength in this and get my way up to the top.
Okay. Make a strength check.
Still more than one hand. That's a 10.
It's a 10? Wait a minute. I was reacting to something else. Okay. All right. So Zavar.
Great.
So
Thanks.
Renarius, are you still on the wall or did you climb up? I forgot. I'm sorry.
I didn't climb up yet.
Okay.
I
All
would
right.
like to.
So
when I
Renarius
get
is still on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Renarius, why don't you go ahead and make a strength check for me as well? And we'll get these done together.
That's a 6.
Okay. All right. So the rest of you are up at the top. You're good to go. Tegan, do you still have the rope down, even though waiting for the other two, or to see if they want to use it? Okay.
And as everybody came up, I would ask them to
So-
assist in holding the rope. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the rest of you are kind of helping if you want to. You have the rope down there. Zavar and Renarius are trying to climb up. Were you trying to climb up the rope or trying to climb up the wall? The two of you.
I was trying to go up the wall.
Okay.
What's closer?
Well, the wall you're already holding onto the wall, so the wall would be closer.
So, the wall.
Okay. All right. So, yeah. Renarius and Zavar are having some trouble. They seem to be kind of losing a bit of strength. They don't seem to be able to kind of get the muscle or the hold to kind of pull themselves up the wall.
Use the rope. Try the rope. We'll hold it for you.
You could try to reach out to the rope and transfer your weight to the rope.
I'm gonna try and reach for the rope.
How far down
Swing it
is?
to him.
I think they're about 15 feet from the floor, I think. From the grate.
Or from we're at the top. How far down is
About
Renarius?
10 to 15.
Okay. Can't reach him with my long bugbear arm.
Renarius, you're reaching for the rope. Make a dexterity check for me
You can
As you-
do that.
as you
There
transfer
we
your
go.
weight.
21.
Oh, inspire you. Okay.
Okay. All right. You're able to, get a hold of the rope, kind of get your balance on it, and we'll go ahead and just say you start climbing up. Zavar.
Yeah, Zavar will grab that rope.
Okay, make a
You
dex-
can do this, Zavar. And I'll give him inspiration.
Okay, inspiration. That's a D10, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mhm.
So make a dexterity check, Zavar.
Okay. Thank you for that. Because let's see, it was a D10. You
boy.
say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those nights.
Are you kidding me?
Oh no.
It's a total of 8.
You
Wait,
can have my inspiration die.
Okay.
I feel so bad.
I think that's
All right.
what, like a D10 now too, right?
Yeah, matches
I-
the bard.
I got a 1 on that D10.
That's a
I'll give
9
another
total.
sub die
On the
or
first
whatever.
one.
It's destiny.
I got.
Can I give a
Right.
sub die? I don't even know what a sub die is, but do I have
Do
it?
hold on. Do I see Zavar struggling from where I'm at?
Definitely
you
have
do.
one.
That was
Yeah.
the first one. I
Yeah.
haven't rolled
I will-
another one.
I will cast. Well, I'm going to try this. Well, I will
Okay.
cast Gust underneath him to help lift him
Yeah.
onto the rope.
I give my patron sub voodoo die, whatever it is.
Okay.
Gust creates a wind that
Yeah.
you can. Yeah.
How much? How does it say how strong this wind is?
Well, let's see. Yeah, I don't even
The
know.
wind is
Is
making
Is
this a
it-
keg grip.
Is it
It's
like
the
a
wind
breeze?
beneath my wings.
You seize the air, can compel it to create one of the following effects.
Okay.
A medium or smaller creature that you choose can be pushed away. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Or a
All right. So
small
you're
blast of air. Well, hold on. You create a small blast of air capable of moving one object that is neither held nor carried and weighs no more than 5 pounds. Oh well, you're screwed.
okay.
Patron
So-
sub die. I don't know where
So
that is.
Zavar,
Blows
you
up
feel
high.
Zavar, you feel this like this light breeze blow up from under you.
Oh man.
Oh.
That feels good. That cleans things
Did
out.
I make it up, or am I still climbing up the rope at this
No,
point?
I said that you made it. You were on your way up. You're
Okay.
good.
And you're all just watching me struggle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast
No more
fly
shitballs.
on Zavar.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Whoa. Whoa.
All right. So
We're all casting this up on Zavar. What can I cast?
so
Oh.
fly. So fly.
Gerbil cast command.
Oh,
Climb
you have,
out of there.
You have to touch it. You have to touch him. Manirius.
Fly?
It
I'm at
says
the bottom, yeah.
fly, third level transmutation. You touch a willing creature.
No.
Ah.
Dang. Never mind.
You know what? Tegan's like, he starts cursing, and he's going to. Is that a cantrip?
Cursing? It should be.
No.
Lots are full now.
How far down is he from me?
About 15 feet.
Damn it. Well, it should be enough to help. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, screw it. Well, he's going to fall and hit the grate and maybe fall through the grate. Son of a bitch. Yeah, all right, screw it. He's going to cast Thorn Whip on Zavar.
You
Oh,
guys are making me look
gosh.
up all the spells tonight.
You can do this. Take
Just for
it.
getting me out of a
And I'll
goddamn pit.
inspire you, Tegan.
Okay, so okay.
It's an
You
attack
can't
roll.
let Zavar.
Not in the same way Zavar
He
could do
finally
it.
had a
I'm
character
gonna
moment.
What?
He can't die
Range
now.
for a creature in range? Make him look what?
Yeah, I could pull him 10 feet if
Yeah.
if the attack hits.
That's true, technically.
Mm-hmm. And you're inspired, so if you need it, it's a D10.
We're only gonna.
Okay, so you have to make a melee spell attack against him.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I need the D. Oh, 11 plus. Oh, a D10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
What's your
He's
ace?
gonna kill Zavar.
What is your AC, Zavar?
5, 16 total.
Well,
What is your AC?
Does that hit
Is it-
Zavar?
Does that hit
It's-
you?
It's 14.
Okay, yeah,
It
it
hits.
hits. Okay.
So you take 2d6 damage.
Okay.
and he's dead.
So roll. So roll.
He's not
So
dead.
roll the 2d6, Frank.
Oh. Oh, man. Tonight's been such a roller coaster. Man.
Yeah, right?
What did you roll, Frank?
Yes.
Max damage.
Did you do
12.
max damage?
12.
Yeah. That the
Blood everywhere. Oh gosh.
So,
But
so,
you say
so let's paint this
Go on.
picture, okay?
Oh my
Zavar,
God.
you're
please.
there
It's like
Please
Passion of the
do.
Christ. Blood everywhere.
you are there struggling with the rope.
God.
Tegan, I didn't know you could speak Arabic.
And Tegan, you look up, you kind of glance up, Zavar, and you're kind of trying to figure out a way. You see Tegan look down, and you see this very conflicted look on his face of like, maybe, okay, screw it. And he casts this spell, and it's like this whip kind of extends from his hand with these thorns on it, and is coming right towards you. And it grabs your arm with these thorns, so it definitely hurts.
Ow.
And so you feel yourself kind of like with the pain let go of the rope, so you slip a bit, but then you immediately get pulled violently up right towards Tegan and to the ledge. So you don't land gracefully. You land on like, you know.
Oh, there's
the
nothing
stone.
graceful about this situation. Oh, man.
Well, no.
Oh, what a great time for Raiders. Man. How
Welcome,
embarrassing.
Raider.
This is like when you're a kid and like you fall into like the holly bush or something.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that's what I'm picturing.
Yeah, it's when you're hiking through the forest and you accidentally trip and there's just thorns everywhere.
Oh gosh.
Happened quite a few
And
times.
So
as
How
as
about
Tegan
barbed
casts
wire?
that,
That's happened.
as Tegan casts this, he's gonna look as he looks over the edge. He'll just yell out, "Get your ass up here!"
Yes, you also heard
Nice.
Tegan yelling at you
Yeah.
as you come flying towards him.
Man.
all of our relationships that have taken 90 episodes to build are just gone.
So Zavar comes skidding to a halt on the stone floor beside all of you.
And I will cast Cure
Gerbil-
Wounds on him.
Okay.
And I was feeling so good. I was up here and then just
Yes. Oh. Daddy.
He was finally going to give up the bottle. Not anymore.
yeah, if there was a moment, that moment is gone. Yeah.
And you heal for 10.
So, okay, thank you.
Gerbil will also do a healing word and like kind of like a jerk, just kind of pat him on the shoulder where like
Okay.
he's bleeding and just like, you did good. And cast healing word
Alright.
also.
Oh, God.
Then that'll do. That'll
Wow.
whatever you get,
Yeah,
that'll
that-
bring me up to.
Yeah, it's
back to max.
5. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I only need.
Wow.
So
What a
Teamwork
time.
makes the dream
So-
work.
So I'm flung out of this
Yeah.
this pit. I'm
Yeah.
laying on my back.
Yep.
There's some blood that came out that's left over. I'm healed. I'm in pain. I'm humiliated. If I'm laying on my back, all you're gonna see is Zavar move his hand down to the pouch, grab that bottle. You'll see him unskirt and just go ah, and that's it. And I'm just gonna lay here. If you need me to move, you're going to have to drag me.
I
Like a
think
bit.
we could wait for a bit, you know. Maybe you should check for traps.
Aye.
Hallway's
What a
eerily,
sound concept.
the hallway's eerily quiet. You feel almost like a slight breeze.
You
Sounds
can
like
stop with the
earlier with
gust
Tegan.
now, Tegan.
Yeah. Quit blowing up my pants.
I'll try to discern where the
In a
breeze is
compromising
coming
position here, please leave me alone.
from. Or
I'll try and
we,
help
I guess
you.
we're on the. Hopefully, we are on the
Seems to be
other side of the
coming-
gap.
Seems to be coming from, yeah, you're on the other side of the gap. That would have been great if I would have just been like, nope, still you're back where
Oh
you
gosh.
Oh,
Um,
shit. Yeah.
That's cruel DMing. No, it seems to be coming from up ahead. So you have, as I said, you have the kind of the torches on the wall that's burning a bit, and then up ahead it seems to kind of stop at a wall. So you have about
Okay.
20 feet of hallway,
And then,
and then there's a wall there.
I'll just check for traps first.
Okay, making an
Was that stealth or dexterity
I think
check?
it's
Investigation.
investigation. I would say it's investigation, Tegan,
No.
because you're
Oh, that's horrible.
investigating for
Okay.
something
Well,
specific.
It's a horrible mechanic. 10. No, I'm a rogue. I can check for traps, but rogue is dexterity. Why is he using his? He should be using his
It's true.
dexterity. to check
That's
for traps.
true.
Oh.
What did you roll?
A 10.
Okay, I'll say
Maybe
that
it's sleight of hand.
So are you walking as you check for traps, Tegan? Like
Yes.
walking ahead a bit.
Yeah, very carefully, very.
You don't see any traps and you don't hear anything and you can also, I'll say that the wall that you saw ahead of you, you can tell that there's a gap like in the flooring, like the floor stops and then the wall is a few feet out from that, and there seems
So
to be
there-
light coming out from that gap in the floor.
Is a narrow, like not a big gap. Like
So it
we
seems
couldn't
almost
fit through
like
it.
here's the wall and here's where the floor stops, and so you have a little gap right there.
And the light's coming from down in the gap.
Yeah, you have light in the hallway that you're in, but then also there seems to be light coming in from the gap as well.
Can I help him at all to figure out? I don't know if that makes any
I'll
difference.
point it out.
You
Yeah.
can, yeah, you can walk ahead. Sure.
Sort of
Can I
look down into the gap to see if I can see anything.
Okay. Yeah, about we'll say about 15 feet down, you see another stone floor, like the one that you're standing on now. And it looks like more lighting is down there, and it kind of maybe leads into another area.
Okay.
It's almost like another level.
That's-
Do we want to even consider that, or should we try the lad's spell just to bump out of here? Out?
I have concerns for Zilthara and Polo if they are being hunted.
Oh,
Are there still runes like in this hallway, or was the runes just in that square room we were in?
No, they were just in that square room.
we teleport to them to Zalthera?
It's a plane shift. It's a plane shift spell.
Oh,
Or what?
So you can't. Yeah, you can't go on the same plane with plane shift.
it's sorry.
Yeah. All right.
Alright.
Tegan's gonna hand the rope to Gerbil.
Gerbil will probably be the best anchor.
Yeah. And,
One-handed bowline.
and slowly climb down the
Do
rope
that. I'm an Eagle Scout. Sorry.
into the gap, and to see what he can see in the gap as he goes down towards the bottom of the gap.
Okay. Tegan, it looks like. Give me 1 second here. It looks like another hallway. And about 50 feet down this hallway, you see a wooden door. This hallway is lit. You also make a perception check for me.
Sure. Ten.
That's what you see.
Okay. All right. I'll yell up that exact information that it's just another hallway that leads to a wooden door.
Another hallway, a door at the end. I'll yell back past Gerbil.
Okay.
I'll follow Tegan down
Okay.
if you're going into the hallway, Tegan. I'll climb down.
Well, I'll wait for everybody to come down first.
Everyone
'Cause
else following, going down the rope.
Now here's the bad news.
Now, Gerbil, how are you getting down? Who's
Catch
gonna,
me.
Who's going to rope down the rope downer?
How big is the gap?
How big is the gap? Probably
Yes.
about, we'll say, maybe like 10 by 10.
Okay. So technically speaking, bugbears have a 10-foot reach because of their long arms. Could I try to chimney wall climb down?
Well, okay, so the gap opening is 10 by 10, but then
Oh,
you
and then it,
have right, you have a drop.
Okay.
Yeah, you could just.
So how
I'll
far
try
how
it.
far a drop was it?
I'll try
I
and
think-
help catch him
I
too.
think it was like 15 feet, I think I said. Oh, and Kazeel, you see
15 feet.
Kazeel kind of
Oh,
come down there.
Oh, hey, hold it just a moment. Hey, just try and dangle as far as you can, so it's not that far enough, and I'll try and
Oh boy.
race you fall.
Gerbil just looks down and he's like, "Oh, Kazeel, my knight in shining armor," and he's just gonna jump down and jump on top of him. He doesn't care. At this point.
Make a strength check, Kazeel, to see how well you can help brace
None of us have feather fall.
Gerbil's fall.
It's a 12.
Okay. You're able to help support. It's definitely a bit of a blow for you. You get a little bugbear feet in your face for a bit. And but no, you're all
I roughly, like, very roughly pat him on the cheek, like.
oh Jesus. All right. So you're yeah, you have a little bit of hairs in your mouth there, Kazeel.
Sweaty.
Get stuck
It's been
in
a
your
day.
throat.
It's filled with like dirt
Yeah,
and grit.
get right down in
That-
there.
Oh.
You know that grate? You know that grate in front of the spikes is filled with like blood and guts or whatever. You know, it's
Yeah. All right.
You'll see me casting prestidigitation a little like.
Open your. Everyone is down into this other hallway. They said it looks like a straight hallway for the most part. You see a wooden door at the end of the hall. It's lit by torchlight, and who knows what awaits you there. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Of course.
All right,
All right.
friends.
Dun, dun, dun.
Thank you, players. Thank you, viewers.
Nice.
Thank you so much for the raids. I was trying to pull up our thing here. Yeah, thank you so much for the raids. Diesel shot. Yeah, definitely appreciate it. And yeah, you've been watching The Forsaken, which is every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern time here on Mapbird Streams. We should be here next Monday unless things go horribly awry. But we have a lot of D&D content and other content coming here on Madbird Streams, so keep an eye out. If you're not part of our Discord channel, please join. That's where we keep you up to date on the new stuff coming, if there's any cancellations. We also like to say good morning to each other every day, so that's a great time, and there are all kinds of channels in there. But yeah, we definitely appreciate y'all being here. Dan, do we have someone to read over to that you have?
Our friends over at Dork Tales. Yep.
Yay. All right, well, thank y'all again. You're the best. Give him a caw-caw in the chat, and we will see you later. All right, bye.
Bye.